Hey guys, thanks for stopping by and checking out another one of my videos. This is djthomaswhite, and I get a lot of questions about how I do sampling with the OP-1. So today's a little bit less of a music demonstration and more of a technique demonstration. I just want to kind of go over the process of sampling, editing the samples to the keys, and then sequencing those into an arrangement similar to the house music productions you may have seen in my other videos. So to start with, we're going to select Sampler, and make sure we have selected a sample bank that we don't mind writing over. And I've got this saved so I can safely write over this. I'm going to hit the record key, and I'm going to select the input. Right now, you can use the blue to select the input from external, the built-in output of the device, radio, or I have a cable plugged into the record input, so this is going to record from that cable. If you don't have a cable plugged in, this will change to the external microphone, which you can see there. You can then record with the microphone at the top. So we'll plug that cable back in, and I have something kind of queued up really quickly here on my cable box from the cable radio, just some random little thing. I don't even really know what the song is or what it is, but just to show you about sampling. So we're going to set the input. Let me play the radio, and we'll hold a key when we think the sound is going to come in. Okay. Okay, so we've got that one little bit sampled there. Automatically spreads it across the keys. So let's try and capture something a little bit different here on the radio. Something with a bit more rhythmic structure. So I'll find a patch I don't mind writing over.
Relax.
Okay, we can write over this one because I've got that saved.
Fue la soledad, el dolor, la lejanía. De pocas palabras, más cuerpo que alma.
Let's get crazy and go with this.
Dejemos todo atrás, volvamos a empezar.
Okay, so now we've got, I gotta turn the filter off. That could actually be pretty nice. Okay, so now that we've got a couple different samples going, let me make sure I got bank 3 and bank 5. So we'll go to the tape, get a little tape section going. This is just a 1-bar loop just to make things really simple. And what we're going to do first is lay down a basic drum kick, maybe a snare. So we'll go back to the drum sampler, pick a patch that's drums. Okay, we'll do these two drums. So we'll go to pattern sequencer. We're going to clear that out with shift and the blue knob. We're going to drop in some of the drums. You can start running and play the drums in, but because we're with no metronome, I'm going to just draw the drums in. So I'm going to hold shift, draw the kicks where I want them, with the arrow to navigate, and I'm going to go back. I'm going to put the snare in here as well. So now that we've got this, let's set the swing time to, we'll go about 60. So I'm going to go to track 1, make sure my level is good. I like to have the drums nice and loud. So we'll have turn that all the way up. I'm going to hold record and just record 1 bar of this in. Okay, so now we've got a functional little beat, and we can go back to the sampler, bring up either patch 3 or patch 5 and kind of hear what we sampled in the structure that we're trying to achieve here. In this case, it's a 1-bar 4/4 structure. Oh, I gotta turn the sequencer off. we can just quickly, as an example, we'll lay that down. One thing that you can do to make sure you get your sample to start right at the beginning is if you hold record, right when you hit a key, it's going to start recording. I feel like I could get the timing a little better on that, so what I'll do is just make sure that the track I'm trying to delete and replace is highlighted. You can see it'll highlight the active tracks based on your track selection. So we'll go to track 2, make sure it's blue, hit lift, and it's gone. Now we can immediately try it again. That's good. So one of the other things you can do is actually pitch the octave up. I go to drum. One of the things you can do with sampling is once you have a sample you want to work with, you have all of these different options. You can adjust the start point, the end point, pitch, of course the playback mode. This will play till the end, so if this were a longer sample, hit once and it plays all the way to the end. But you can also do loop. So now that I've got that set up, you can also adjust the gain if you want to hold shift and do the red knob to adjust the gain with the sample up and down. You can make it all the way up to clipping. I'm just going to leave it in the standard range here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and select a different type of sequence. I'm going to go endless. We're going to make a one-note sequence. So that allows me to change the pitch if I want. And let's actually go back and we'll put some effects on this to kind of smooth out the loopy bits. A nice little overlaying texture, so we're going to hit record. We'll overdub that. Excuse me, we'll hit record and play and overdub that. So now if you want to go back and add, like that, let's like go add a hi-hat sound here, we can do that. Let's go back here, we'll pick the drum pattern again. Turn the sequencer back to pattern mode. Oh, you know what, let's just leave it in endless. Do this a different way. Just program a one-note sequence. Do it just like this. Okay, so I'll hold record. now what we'll do is we'll go to the other samples just to see, and this is one of the magical things for me, is when you have these random sample sources, you're not really sure what's going to fit together. But coming from a DJ background and not a classically trained musician background, one of the things I learned in my experimentation with music was to take bits of sounds and compile them together. Sometimes you find some really magical things, other times you find complete garbage. It just kind of depends on what your sources are. When you're looking at radio or cable radio or just random things, sometimes you find things that work out, sometimes you find things that don't. So let's just see what we have here as we look at these other samples. Turn sequencer off. Okay, go to track 3. So this sample has a little bit of a intro here. You can see there's a bit of an attack there. I'm going to adjust the start time. So now it's exactly like on a downbeat, so that when we try to play that over the top of something, we're in better shape. And we'll put some effects on it. Go nitro. Adjust the gain up on this. Go back to nitro. Put some LFO on the frequency here of this effect. So we'll go to value and do probably some slower speed here, like 4. We're going to select the effects, and we're going to have it select the low pass control. let's, I'm going to copy this so it's double the length. So I'm going to hold Shift and Lift, which makes everything go away. Don't panic, it's right here if you hit Shift and drop. Or just drop, excuse me. And I'm going to make sure to drop it exactly in time. Set my new loop out point here. Now I have a 2-bar loop. Okay, we can record a simple bass line. So anyways, nothing too spectacular, but that's an example of my thought process when I look at sampling with the OP-1. Really, it's the beauty of gathering random sounds, trying to intermix them together, and sometimes come up with some really great things. You know, there's some promise there with this. In my perspective, I may take a deeper look at this, but the important thing is recognizing that you don't always have to have the exact right planned sample. Sometimes you happen into something that you can turn into the right sample through processing with the different things you can do in the OP-1 or any other sample processor for that matter. This is just a platform I'm explaining today. So thanks again for stopping by and checking out another one of my videos. Catch you next time.